We're back from
definitely the best one yet.
It was so good that only us four got to listen to it.
Yeah,
Utopian National Anthem.
yes,
It was that's what it was.
Mhm.
Or Nick's having a pizza party.
and he's wearing his tablecloth shirt.
Pizza.
Is that really the shirt you wore?
Pizza. This one I wore all day today. Yeah.
He also wrote a name tag that said "Big Sexy."
It's one of those. It's one of those Orvis fishing shirts. You know, I got another one just like it. It's blue.
I'm not hating on it.
You're totally hating on it. Jack.
When you said pizza, it looks like something you would put like an old pizza restaurant. They'd have those,
tablecloth.
Yeah. And that's what they would kind of look like.
Exactly. Yeah. I actually have one that's closer to that than this one.
Yeah, my go-to pizza place was Straw Hat.
Sorry, hold on a second. I'm all out of whack here.
I mean, I don't know when you guys were younger. I had Straw Hat, so that was they would show old movies like Our Gang and Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, and they'd have peanuts you could buy, and we'd always drive around looking for the $2 coupon on the back of the grocery receipt that people just throw on the ground and get $2 off on our pizza. That would be that was like winning like $1 million back then. That was a lot of money back then.
Well, where I grew up, we had only a Pizza Hut. That was the only thing we had.
I'm sorry.
Pizza Hut in the 80s was fucking goated.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was really cool because we didn't have like I said, I'm from the middle of nowhere. So that was the only place you could go play a video game.
So that shirt
we got the tabletop Pac-Man.
Yeah. We had tabletop Pac-Man, we had tabletop Gattaca, and then we had, I think, stand-up Donkey Kong.
Galaga. Come on, mother. Get it right.
What did I say?
Oh, Galaga.
Gattaca is a movie.
Yeah.
Galaga is the game.
Galaga. I said yeah.
The movie with the playmate that got killed by her ex-husband. Dorothy Stratton, right?
What?
Really? What? Gattaca is with Ethan Hawke. He came out in like 99.
What am I thinking of?
Mm.
I don't know, but when you rattle off facts like that, I'm like, which person was this? Because there's about 3 people in that entire movie.
Yeah. I want to say we had Top Gun too. I think that was later.
Hmm?
Like in my Pizza Hut. I want to say we had Top Gun. But
what the Pizza Hut related thing?
It was probably Afterburner.
Oh,
could have been Afterburner, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably was Afterburner.
She was in Galaxina.
Galaxina.
Yeah, it's got 3.7 stars. Do you guys know who Dorothy Stratton was?
Galaga.
No idea.
She was a playmate, and she was dating what's that guy's? The guy from the Sopranos, the director Bondanovich, and her ex-husband murdered her because he was very possessive.
Oh, and we're starting off the episode right.
I'm just saying.
I was trying to move this conversation towards Pizza the Hut.
What, did the Padres lose or something?
I didn't play yet. But they
probably look delicious, baby.
I watched that with my kids today.
Nice.
Spaceballs.
I
was taking us from Pizza Hut to Pizza.
I've seen
Pizza the Hut.
30 years.
Mm-hmm.
When did that come out?
87.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's been at least 30 years since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
And
I got to watch it since they're doing a sequel.
Speaking of old movies, I don't know what it was just about the 4th of July weekend, but I got on like kicking. I actually texted Chris and I said, I'm watching Flight of the Navigator probably for the first time in 30 years. And yes, we've kind of had this discussion before, not about necessarily Flight of the Navigator, but when you watch an old movie as an adult or many years later, it's just funny how you look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because like I remember as a kid thinking like these NASA guys are assholes, but like you watch, you're like they're really just doing their job.
That wasn't the one with that wasn't the one with the Red Rider wagon.
No, that's a sad one. That's one with Elijah Wood.
Okay,
Radio Flyer.
Radio Flyer. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
Flight of the Navigator. I've seen that one too. So it's.
Flight of the Navigator is in my list of movies that are some of my favorites. It's part of my favorite. Yeah, part of my DNA of like who I am.
Like if I'm gonna guess 3 of these top 10 movies in Chris's DNA: The Goonies.
Yeah.
Check.
Rad.
Check.
And Flight of the Navigator.
And Flight of the Navigator.
And Flight of the Navigator, yeah, like those make up.
There's nobody really big in it.
Well, what's her name? Sex and the City's in it.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker's first. It's like I think it's her first.
The
role.
entire
She's
cast
20 years
of
old.
Sex and the City.
Yeah.
What you mean, Sarah Jessica Parker?
Joey Kramer.
Yeah, she's
is
got
the
like a little
actress.
bit.
She was in Square Pegs TV show.
Oh.
She played in
Joey Kramer is the main character's
Joey
name.
Kramer. Yeah, I was fan favorite.
I think Randy is saying Sandlot would be in his.
Oh, Sandlot's in there.
Sandlot's got to be up there yet.
Killing Me Smalls.
Are we talking about movies that aren't just like blockbuster movies?
No, I mean, I was just talking about Spaceballs because I subjected my kids to it, and there was part of me that was kind of like, okay, which jokes are going to hold up?
Did they like it?
Cringe it? They did. My daughter laughed at a lot of stuff, and she got there was. She really enjoyed the fact that there were a lot of different science fiction references in it.
Yeah,
and even though she has not seen Alien. She found the alien joke at the end hilarious, like the whole "hello, my baby," hello. Like she thought that. Like I was like,
"No, not again."
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how she's gonna handle the whole chest popping out.
So now you got to have her watch Blazing Saddles.
I probably saw Young Frankenstein.
I think it was more of the fact that this movie was, a Star Wars spoof essentially. And we had never seen it. So love all of the Schwartz or the Spaceballs
did you ever
Give Me Paw? Was that Give Me Paw? No.
Did you ever pick up on the fact that George, one of the other stipulations that George, aside from merchandising, the other thing that George Lucas said that he could not do was he could not dress Lone Star up as Han Solo and look like him in any way. So what does he look like? Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
For sure.
I love it.
For sure. And there's even a Temple of Doom reference in there. There's a lot of,
I'm going to add that to my list to rewatch.
And Lucas actually helped get the special effects to look right because he had ILM work with Mel Brooks on getting some.
Yeah, because their twisted up lightsabers look better than the goddamn Star Wars ones.
How do you not work with Mel Brooks? I mean,
well, he read the screenplay. He read the screenplay, and then he thought it was humorous enough. So he
is that your favorite Mel Brooks movie ever?
No.
Me?
It's probably my third.
No.
Yeah, third or fourth.
I'd probably go Young Frankenstein. But,
Young Frankenstein's my one.
But I've probably seen Spaceballs honestly the most. Like when I was watching it, I was like, man, the number of times I watched this on cable. Like if
the
it was on
number of times
HBO,
I rewound the scene where he's like, "We ain't found shit." Like that was like the funniest thing.
That is a really good one.
Did you guys? I mean, it's just me. Like the scene
the
where
number of cuss words too. It's just. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yeah.
Who made this man a gutter? I did, sir.
He's my cousin, sir. Did you know?
Asshole,
when they do ludicrous speed, and then when he stands up and he's like, "Okay, I better we take 5."
Yeah,
it's exactly 5 minutes before Lord Helmet comes back into the movie.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool.
Huh? That is hilarious. His delivery of that also is straight up the Ghostbusters character. Like when he's delirious and he's just like, "Hey guys," and he's Rick Moranis does he does that perfectly, like that just kind of.
I think isn't he coming back for the?
Yes.
Yeah, because he hasn't done anything in.
Nope. Since his wife died.
Yeah.
Well, they offered him a role in one of the new Ghostbusters, but it wasn't significant enough. He said no, he goes, it's not worth it. And because I know, so he obviously was willing now because his kids are grown to where he would, but it had to be.
You got to respect the fact that his wife died and it's hard for his kids, obviously, and he said, "I'm gonna give them a normal life." I mean, as normal as it can be. So.
You got the money. Like, what is the money for if not enjoying life?
Yeah, but a lot of people they love the fame so much they don't care.
Spinal Tap holds up. Yeah, I'd like to. I think my kids would enjoy Spinal Tap.
That's another movie I haven't seen since it probably came out.
But Spaceballs was a fun kind of afternoon afternoon watch.
Spaceballs.
It's hard for me to choose. Just going like Jack's question. It's hard for me to choose which one I like better. Is like Spaceballs or Men in Tights, because they're
Men in Tights is great.
But I really like I said, to me it's Young Frankenstein and then History of the World Part 1. Those are probably the two I love the most.
History of the World Part 1 is great. And
and then to me, Spaceballs and Men in Tights are like a tie for third. Like they're both, I hold them in the exact same esteem.
Yeah,
I'm
tied between Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles. I think Blazing Saddles, for nothing other than the fact that it was like groundbreaking from a comedy perspective, like it hadn't been done before. You know, the way they handled the dialogue and everything in that movie, I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. It's just one of those, like, it's a sticky point in like film history, that movie is, I think. But Spaceballs is probably my favorite parody movie by far.
Yeah. For sure. No, I mean even the whole
most of his movies are
beaming him up.
Well, yeah, I'm saying in general. Like, I mean, you have like, you've got like Hot Shots, you've got Naked Hot Shots, Bardu, the Naked Gun. Naked Gun, I don't consider a parody movie as much, but I guess it is.
Yeah, Airplane.
There's a lot of parody movies, though.
You're right. They're not really parody movies, but yeah.
But like, if you're talking parody
movie, like I guess that would be like a parody movie, right? Those Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles came out in the same year. Says that's actually pretty nuts,
huh?
That's incredible if you think about it.
Oh yeah, Matt. There's a new Naked Gun movie coming out with Liam Neeson.
Oh, have you seen the previews?
Yeah.
My favorite one is when they're looking at their dads.
Yeah,
as the guy gets to the OG picture.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so
it looks pretty.
Matt Liam Neeson is the son of
Frank Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond, and and Lisa Marie Presley. We'll see.
Okay,
I loved all three of those films.
I know Richard Pryor was supposed to play the part of the sheriff in the first Blazing Saddles, but he had some he had some problems off the in personal life. So
could you imagine what that movie would have been?
Yeah, well, I think he helped write part of it, if I remember correctly. Maybe Matt Treese would know. But he was supposed to play the part of the sheriff, but he had some issues, but he would have been perfect. But Cleavon Little,
coked out.
Cleavon Little from San Diego State did a great job too. So,
Matt says I love the joke of having the son of a character be the lead in the reboot and hiring a 70-year-old to play him.
Yeah,
it's actually really funny.
Yeah, because Liam Neeson, you forget he's old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, I was like,
because he doesn't look it.
Amazed that he was still alive and able to do this. I mean, it's like
I have a special skill set. But I would say probably I liked High Anxiety just because of one scene where the guy Mel Brooks keeps asking for a newspaper, and he goes, did you get that newspaper? No. And so he's taking a shower, and the guy comes in there and starts stabbing him with the newspaper. It's takeoff of Psycho,
right?
And you see the ink running down the drain, whereas the blood is running down the drain in Psycho. I said that is brilliant. That is brilliant. Mel Brooks is just a brilliant guy.
Matt Treese said Pryor.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pryor co-wrote the script for Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, you think he could have got in the part, but again, Cleavon Little did a great job, and Gene Wilder was not. Actually, they hired
another guy. Yeah,
and it was another guy, a famous actor, but he was an alcoholic.
Yeah, and he's foaming at the mouth. Yeah.
And he was just so finally they had to get るof him because he was, and it worked out better anyway because Gene Wilder is amazing. So even though the other guy was a great actor, can't remember his name. Cliff Montgomery, is that his name? Montgomery Cliff, maybe. Come on, Matt Treese, help me out here.
In the trivia for Spaceballs, it had said that Mel Brooks. It sounded like he had wanted Richard Pryor to come on for Spaceballs, and so that like he was kind of channeling that Gene Wilder energy when he was doing the yogurt character. and he had it was kind of like reminiscing, like, if I ever get the chance to work with him again, and then of course, they never do. So, but it seemed like he was just kind of giving him praise, like that he really appreciated his comedic, energy. So, but anyway, yeah.
So I will,
and I think we've done a versus actually with Mel Brooks.
I think we did.
I think we have, yeah.
Mhm. So
Jay chose Blazing Saddles. I don't know.
I don't even think Jay was on that one.
I'm just saying it's a Jay pick.
Oh, okay.
It's like if we had the best of Jaws, Jay would obviously take Jaws 1.
Because I remember
one of us would be stuck taking Jaws 4.
Right. Jaws of Revenge, you mean?
Yeah. How do I talk this one? Okay, it's got Michael Keaton. No, it's got Michael Caine's in it.
It's Michael Caine.
Michael Caine's in this one.
He's never seen it. Like, because I remember there's an interview where someone asked him about it like way later. And he said, "Well, he goes, I've never seen it. He goes, but I did see the check that I got that I bought my mother her house with."
Yeah, he said I definitely did it for the money.
Yeah, did it for the money
because it's. I don't think I even watched it all the way through.
Oh, it was a movie that was definitely on HBO Showtime back in the 80s, and I would watch it just because it was the most recent Jaws. It was kind of like, well, it's on.
Because you had Jaws 3D with Dennis Quaid. And
and what they would do is they would
what's her name? Beth Armstrong.
They would do this back in the day. They would kind of like run one of them, whatever one they had, and then they would run the more recent one a lot. So it's like when you went to look for, are they playing one of the earlier Jaws? Nah, they're just playing the fourth one again.
Yeah, Beth Armstrong was Jesse's mom in Breaking Bad, the actress.
Oh yeah,
just saying, just throwing it out there. She was a big star back in the 80s and 90s, and then just kind of maybe High Road to China with Tom Selleck kind of did her in. Maybe, I don't know. That was when Tom Selleck was like, I could have been Indiana Jones, and now I'm going to start making these Indiana Jones type movies.
You will not give that up.
I'm just saying he sure. didn't he even on his Magnum PI he did
I swear we can't talk about Tom Selleck without you bringing up that Indiana Jones thing.
I like Tom Selleck.
He got Quickly Down Under. So
yeah, he did, and that's a good movie.
I love Quickly Down Under.
I like it.
I mean, it's no, Remo Williams, but
Well, it's like in Romancing the Stone was on.
You got that one.
I did get that one.
I love that movie.
Remo Williams?
No, Romancing the Stone.
Romancing the Stone.
Okay, when was the last time you've watched it though?
It was on the other. Like I was about to say, like which one? Romancing the Stone. Yeah, it was on T. It was on T Turner Movie Classics or Turner T whatever it is. It was on the other day. I watched it. Yeah, such a good movie.
It's with him. What's her name? And Danny DeVito, right?
Damn, that's good, Jack. Yeah, it's with him. What's her name? And Danny DeVito. Yeah, that's exactly how it's built.
What's her name?
Michael Douglas.
Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
And Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Kathleen Turner, who became Chandler's dad.
Right.
On.
Did you have you checked out that history of sitcoms?
I've not. No.
Okay.
Not. Well, I've been watching other shows.
That's quite all right.
I finished The Last of Us.
Both seasons.
I didn't realize there was only 7 episodes.
Yeah.
So when you get goes to black or whatever they do, and I go, all right, let me watch. Now I got to watch the next one, even though it's late. I go, wait, there's no next one? Come on, man. Yeah. So I don't want to spoil anyone, but
the writer of season 2 quit.
Okay. No way.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hate season 2. But it was far from season 1, and
again, different show.
I knew a spoiler before it happened. I didn't realize it happened in the first episode.
Second episode.
It's second episode. I'm like going, what the fuck already?
Yeah.
I thought I had at least to the. I am doing a.
I didn't know.
It's funny you're saying that.
I never
Randy. I am watching MASH again.
You will turn this show on, and you will be addicted to watching this show, Jack.
I know. I will. It's on my. I've got a list of shows I got to watch. I got to watch this show you guys are watching, the comedy show where Chris had to see a dick or something.
Entirely too much dick on the screen.
I started White Lotus. Cindy and I started White Lotus season 3.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the only one? It's really slow.
It's slow.
I haven't
the whole
watched it
season's
yet.
slow.
Okay, so it doesn't pick up because Cindy's like going, I don't know if I can finish this. I go, I like Walton Goggins.
Oh, I did watch that. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah,
I like it. But it's like, okay,
it's good.
It's I mean, it's just not season 2. You know, like season 2 is such a.
Well, season 1 was really good too.
It was, but like to me, season 2 was so far the highest.
Had the French prostitutes, man.
Yeah, the French prostitutes.
Italian.
You don't have that in this season,
right? And actually, I remember someone actually.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Well, but she's not as she's attractive, but she's not the French prostitutes.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just being honest.
Okay.
Being honest.
I mean, I think it is a different pacing, you know, and there's different. But I don't know. I enjoyed this season, so
100%. As Matt says, 100% fewer hot fake blowjobs. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
that is true.
That's kind of like being married season 3. I think that's the problem I'm having with it. So.
No, I think season 3 there was still a chance.
But I did want to say about
The
Last of Us, Bella Ramsey, fantastic.
Oh, they're great.
But Ellie, that character is just bad news, right? Yeah, I did. Parker Posey's North Carolina accent. I'm like going,
yeah.
But you know, a lot of people in North Carolina don't have an accent. Because there's a lot of transplants here. I live here. What are you arguing with me for?
I mean, I've been there to your place a couple of times, and both times I think there was a lot of accents.
There are a lot of accents. I told you
that's my
here,
grounds for my meh.
Our neighbors moved in, and their family was from Tennessee, and the dad would be talking to me, and I'm like going, I have no fucking idea what he's saying. Do you come with captions? I don't know what you're saying. Not that you did do that, Nick.
It's like the guy from Waterboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a Cajun accent.
I don't know what he's saying. I don't know. Yeah, see, Sherry's been here 5 years. There's some people have a big Southern accent.
She's been there 5 years, and she's like, I still don't know how.
I've been here 23 years now. 23 years. Jeez.
I agree though with whoever wrote that though. Like I've never been a big fan of Parker Posey either, but she did sort of win me over with Lost in Space, and she does
the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, the first. Yeah,
I never finished.
She was a good Lois Lane.
I never saw that. Okay,
she was Lois
Superman
Lane?
Returns back with Brandon Routh.
Oh. And then you know, I think in the beginning of season 3 of the White Lotus, she's annoying, but.
I think she's supposed to be.
Yeah, she is. Like once you get to know that character, you see it. You're like, oh, I see now why she's.
I think that's my problem with the whole fucking show.
You hate them. Yeah,
I hate that family. I want to punch them all in the face.
There's nobody that's really redeemable.
The's no one redeemable.
No, the brother. I mean, I gotta go jerk off, and he leaves I go, what? Shut the door. I mean, I'm sitting here, and he's hot. He thinks his sister's. I mean.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you should watch it to the end to see what happens with these characters.
We will watch it to the end.
First, and then how many episodes are you in?
We've watched 3 episodes, and you got the guy from The Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's also in that show. He was in that show that was only last a year, where he would go. He had like 2 lives. He would go like.
Who's this?
The guy that plays the dad that's had the bad investment. He's
What's his name from Harry Potter?
Malfoy's dad.
Draco Malfoy's dad. Yeah.
I will know him from The Patriot.
Isaac.
Did he die? Silly little boy.
Yeah,
Did he die? And then Mel Gibson goes, "I'm gonna fuck you up, man. I'm gonna fuck you up."
That's a good
one thing that I noticed with the first 3 episodes is with the 3 women, there is the whole see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil thing. Like each one of them, you see them betray the other one.
Yeah, they're the typical. I don't want to say else. I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, there's nothing. Yeah, I mean, there's not much typical.
No,
about them.
typical what, Jack?
Well, my wife will say women don't like each other.
No, they don't.
She says that they will find a way.
Jason Isaacs. Yeah,
Jason Isaac. I just looked him up. I'm looking up the movie.
Show was Awake.
Awake. I love that show. That was a great show, and it got canceled because people don't have taste. Anyway, but yeah, those 3 went because you have what's her name, from Leftovers.
what's her name?
And Gilded Age.
And Danny DeVito. Yeah.
And Danny DeVito plays the third woman,
Yeah.
which is he plays
banging
the other-
whores. These Jersey Mikes.
Anyway,
Well, I'm finishing up. I'm on the season finale, I believe, of season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, but you have not gotten to the scene then.
Season 3?
Then the scene that I'm talking about is when he goes and confronts the dude with the brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Way too much dick. Like way too much dick on screen.
Okay. Well,
why do you hate Dick?
I'm not a fan of looking at it. No,
Wait, hold on. You say you fuckers are sending those goddamn pictures of that one guy.
because those are funny as hell.
Who's the one that sent the one where you're paying attention? Yeah, it was Nick. I go, and all of a sudden you see the big dick. I go, come on, man.
Well, it was a perfect setup. It was 4th of July. I was like, I hope you guys
it was
enjoyed
awesome.
the fireworks.
I didn't even see that coming, and I was like going, man, I'm glad I
That got me, man. It was funny.
click on
I
it.
definitely shared that with like a dozen people.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones. So yeah, Jack, you got to watch it. It's a great show.
I'm gonna watch it.
And like I thought I was gonna get real sick of Danny McBride, but I'm not. He's kind of won me back a little bit in the show.
He can kind of be obnoxious.
Yeah, no, totally. Like it's his shtick, and I think Adam Devine's character is more annoying to me than his now. Like, so Adam Devine from Workaholics and a bunch of other shit.
Modern Family.
Modern Family. Yeah.
Oh, he's in a Modern Family. I don't think I ever watched.
He's one of the daughter's boyfriends. And
I didn't watch Modern Family yet, in the later seasons. Because his whole shtick as an actor, it seems like he's always doing his best Jack Black from Tenacious D impression, and I can't get over it because it just looks like he's trying so hard to be Jack Black. But
he does play similar characters.
The sister Judy is the best character on that show. Like, she's so goddamn funny, and like she has a ton of throwaway lines that are just like absolutely laugh out loud. And yeah, I just it's a fun show. It's less than an hour long, so some of the shows are like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Some of them are 45, 50 minutes, but they're all less than an hour. It's a fun watch. I'm going to watch. Recommend it.
I'm going to watch because you guys have talked high. All three of you have talked high, so I can't. Mike wants to know what my crackpot theory is for the shooting at the resort. Okay, that's my problem with the show.
Where'd you get my? Oh, I see it now.
Because I'm watching it. Because you starts out with a mass shooting.
I'm like, at first I was like, shooting at the resort. Are we talking IRL?
We're back at
no, I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, but when I'm watching it, my brain's going, okay, who could be the shooter? All of them could be the shooter.
Right.
Well,
right now I'm leaning towards the security guard who's is in the friend zone with the.
Oh, she's such a bitch.
Yeah, with the girl. So
he
likes the bad boys, and he's a good guy. So that's my crackpot theory that it's him.
That it's him. That's
apparently she's like a big deal actress.
Yeah, well, she's a pop star.
That's it, pop star. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's just snubbing the guy. He likes her, and she won't give him the time of day. It's her prerogative. So anyway.
Well, that's what made me think, especially in the first 2 episodes, because if you subscribe like I do to each season's a different 7 Deadly Sin, the first couple of episodes you're like, oh, it's got to be Wrath. It's got to be Wrath. And I can't remember. I remember at the time I said whenever I finished it, what I thought that sin was for this season. I can't remember what I said it was, but because I kept thinking maybe it was envy or something. But anyway, you'll see. Like it's interesting.
I mean, I think they're all represented this season.
Yeah.
They always are. But to me what makes the White Lotus interesting is all these characters are irredeemable for the most part.
Yeah, they're terrible.
And they all have this similar thread of, like we've said, there was this definitely hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil theme with not only the 3 ladies, but also with the 3 siblings as well.
Yeah, man, they talk bad about each other. It's like you can't leave.
To me, that's one of the things that I do like about the shows. If you subscribe to the 7 Deadly Sins theory, is like, how does the actions of one character or many characters thread that needle of this one sin leads to the ultimate demise of the cast at the end of every season. And I find that interesting, of how like it could be pride. Like, how did each character's pride lead to their downfall? How did lust in season 2 lead to the downfall of every character? How, it's like, it doesn't mean greed or envy or anything. It's like, that to me makes it neat. And they've never said that's true.
It's just been really slow this season. I mean,
it is slow.
It's just hard to watch. Well, I think, Cindy made a good point, because we watched Duster with Josh Holloway, which I found out got canceled. Only it's a one and done. Even though I had my crackpot theory and that was right. I won't spoil you guys, but it's a fun watch. If you want, looking for a fun show, Josh Holloway's great in it, and it's a great cast. And there's a lot of mystery going on. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. But we watched that first. I said, well, what do you want to watch next? We got White Lotus, and then White Lotus comes in, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And
it's a totally different vibe than that.
Have you seen Duster?
Yeah.
Duster has great music from the 70s. It's got the Duster car. Did you like Duster?
I was thinking
I
Duster car.
I haven't continued to watch it.
Oh, okay.
So
we watched it all.
Nothing wrong with it. Just
because Jay recommended it. With Jay, you kind of go, well, he likes everything. So, but I finally got Cindy to. I go, let's try Duster. So we tried it, and we watched it in like 2 nights, something like that. It's only 8 episodes. It's I liked it. It was a fun show. I'm pissed that they canceled it, but what are you gonna do?
You know what I'm pissed about? I'm pissed about having to take a commercial break.
Me too, because they're like 7 deadly sins.
It's rare for Chris to call it.
So while I was on vacation last week, we got the trailer drop for Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And what's that?
Oh.
Okay, so this is I can't remember who has read this or not, but Project Hail Mary is a movie that's coming out in spring, I think March or April of next year in IMAX.
Football movie?
It's an Andy Weir adaptation. So the guy Andy Weir is who did The Martian.
Oh, okay.
There's this book called Project Hail Mary that I listened to on audiobook a couple of years back. And it's a phenomenal story and a phenomenal book. And it's been rumored. I remember you
talking about this book.
Yeah, it's been rumored that a movie was in the works, or a TV show series. I'm not sure what it was. And it was very quiet, it was produced in the background. It wasn't a whole lot of news about it. But it will be releasing in March, and I am super fucking pumped for this movie. I can't recommend the book enough, right? Who's in the Grateful Dead? Oh, Bob Weir. Good one. Miami Mike says Project Hail Mary it has to be about the Pittsburgh Steelers relying on Aaron Rodgers. No, but this story is a really cool story. I'll kind of give you the premise. There is a mysterious, like, they don't know why, but they're like this the Earth's NASA of this world, or whatever it is. Like, they're kind of like this almost like a worldwide space governance organization. I forgot what they refer to themselves as. Has discovered that there are what do you call it? Like, suns in other galaxies have been like fading out, like in succession. Like, there's some shit happening.
They're burning out.
They're burning out for some reason. They don't know why.
Global warming.
And they're doing their calculations, and they realize they have X amount of years before Earth's soul burns out from this same mystery reason. So what they have to do is they have to put together a team of people and develop the technology to project them out into outer space to try and resolve the issue. And it's all about time dilation as well, because they get put into a sleep status and they head out in the ship. It's powered by AI and all this kind of cool shit. And the story goes that there's like a high school physics teacher in the movie, used to be played by Ryan Gosling. Is somehow caught up in the whole thing and ends up having to go on this mission as a high school physics teacher. Nothing more, not an astronaut or not anything special or specialized in that way.
He's played an astronaut.
And
Right?
and it kind of centers around that journey to save the world, right?
He played Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, that's right.
The story is phenomenal. Like the book is great. If you listen to the book, it's narrated by one of my favorite audiobook narrators, Ray Porter. He did the Bobaverse series. He was the voice of Darkseid in a bunch of the DC video game world. But he does a great job with the story. It's a lot of fun. I don't want to give off any more of the details because I don't want to spoil any. There's a lot of storyline that you can kind of get spoiled on if you look too far into the trailer. But it's really fucking good. I definitely recommend if you read or listen to it.
The previews are out, aren't they?
They are.
I saw them. It looked pretty good.
So
if I remember correctly.
I know it's very hard to avoid watching like trailers and stuff, but I really, really recommend you read or listen to the audiobook before you get into anything about the movie.
I can't wait for the movie to come out.
Yeah, but it's very, very good. I predict it's going to do well. So
all right.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be released, I believe, initially, if not a wide release, but I'm pretty sure it's being filmed for IMAX. So, they had the trailer before Superman tonight.
Oh, okay.
Matt saw Superman a wee bit early. I think it comes out tomorrow or is it today?
I think there were people seeing it today for sure.
It's been getting good reviews.
Yeah. It's been getting great reviews. One of my employees got to go see it because of being an Amazon Prime member. I'm like, I didn't get that memo. Like, what the fuck? I would have gone.
Wait, I didn't get that memo.
Yeah,
my son wanted to go see it, so I think we might go see it tomorrow.
It looks really good, and I mean it's James Gunn. James Gunn don't fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for someone who can fix the whole DC fucking shenanigans that they're going through right now, I put faith in James Gunn.
As long as he's not sexual harassing women, right?
No, it's interesting. Like
Alan Tudyk. Sorry,
okay.
He's a voice in it. Alan Tudyk.
I've read as many positive as I have negative. Like, and they're usually like extremes, you know. And usually the negative ones, which are funny about it, is not necessarily about the film per se. It's more about they want Superman to be like the Christopher Reeves, like Superman, like as in like the singular person in the film. Whereas in James Gunn is using the Guardians of the Galaxy approach of having multiple kinds of DC characters in the film. So it's an ensemble film. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it either. I'm just saying, like, but it's like they kind of like, no, I kind of want it to be a Superman film, not a DC universe film. But it's like, well, it is what it is, you know.
I would rather watch. I would rather not have another fucking origin story. So
I can see that too. Yeah, I'm not saying this is my opinion. I'm just saying what I've read. Yeah.
No, I mean, so if that means bringing in other characters or having other things, like, yeah, whatever. Like,
gotcha. Yeah.
So
it's like I even liked, like, you know, when they brought back Spider-Man, they didn't do Ben dying. You know, it was like, oh, this is cool. Like, it's something different.
Well, Matt Treese must have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, right. Treese also said in the chat, Media Junkyard Robin loved it. So
is that what that's for? Okay.
Yeah, if there's ever an unqualified review of something to rely upon, it would be Media Junkyard Robin's review of anything that has to do with Superman. So, like, Robin is the J of Superman.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Robin, I love the dude. I love him dearly. He was a co-host friend of mine. I've gone on trips. I've traveled from Vermont to North Carolina with Robin.
With all the Southern people.
You know, yeah, you know, all those crazy accents. I love Robin. He's a great guy. But there's one thing he is a fucking maniac for anything Superman.
Oh, okay.
He's like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. So, like, I remember back when we were recording Media Junkyard, it was kind of around the same time Smallville was on. And there's the Starkville House of L. I think you guys might remember a couple of those guys from Comic Cons of past. Guys down from I think they're Mississippi. They hosted a fairly large Smallville podcast, and Robin and I, we all got to be friendly with them, and Robin has hung out with them a lot. I think since those times, so they could become really good close friends. Stalker. But I remember if it was there was two shows that group of folks would die for. It was Smallville and Heroes. You could not have any form of a negative opinion on anything on those two shows. Yeah, I mean, Heroes was the hottest garbage of the 2000s.
First season was pretty good up until the finale.
First season was great. First season was amazing, but they didn't know what the fuck they were doing
until the fight.
But my point being is that I have gotten into arguments with Robin and crew when I didn't like a direction that Smallville was going in. So I can tell you right now, that is an unfair and way biased review to follow.
Trees
well, it's funny when I saw MJ, I didn't put two and two together. I didn't think Media Junkyard. I was like, Michael
I was
Jordan,
thinking of
Robin. What I don't
Jane.
get this. So. But it's funny. I never watched Smallville, but the guy that played Lex Luthor has
Rosenbaum.
He has a YouTube channel, and I watch him. I subscribe to him. I watch him. He has great guests on there.
His show is excellent. So
and he doesn't hold back. He talks about people that he didn't like,
and
it makes me want to watch Smallville.
Huh? Dude. Hey, Smallville was fucking great. It was the Superman that we needed, and
it was really kind of like the first Flash, like you had the DCU, or the DC TVU. It was really kind of like obviously going back, like there's lots of Superman iterations and Batman iterations of TV, but as far as like the, generationally speaking, like it really kind of, 9 seasons, right?
Something like that. And it was like relatively close to like our age of the characters. Well, yeah, 3 of us at least.
Yeah.
It was much more like relatable because it was of people that we could see of being like our age. I think. Mm-hmm. I just think there was something about it.
It's younger Superman.
It is. It's in high school and college. So it has a special place for me. I've loved that show, and I remember I didn't get into it until I think the 2nd or 3rd season, and I got my fix from what do you call it, Netflix, when they would mail out DVDs. And like that's how I caught up, and like I really really enjoyed that show. I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, it definitely shifted between like the monster of the week like idea of a TV show and kind of like weaved in like some longer term stories in there as well. It had its ups and downs for me, but ultimately I thought that it was a great show to watch. So that is a show maybe I would consider going back and doing a rewatch of is Smallville.
Yeah, the only reason I can consider watching because the actor that played Superman was in Luther. He played a guy that couldn't die. He lived on and on and on and on. I never finished Luther, but but he got really jacked. That's all I remember. He's like huge now. But I've always wanted because the guy that, like I said, the guy that plays Lex Luthor, I just like the way he's a great interviewer.
And the way they actually handled Lex Luthor in that series was awesome, right? Because, as all the Superman prior, it was always like Lex Luthor was just this old mastermind evil guy.
He's a dick.
He's a dick. But like in the story, it's you get Lex Luthor as he was growing up with Superman or with Clark Kent, really. Like, and it's interesting. So it's a different dynamic because
he grew up with
yes, exactly.
And I definitely caught some seasons of this. Even
he was a bully. Did he bully him?
There's a lot of back and forth, but it was interesting how they did the storyline because it was Lex Luthor's father who is way more of like the Lex Luthor character that we knew from Gene
Oh.
Hackman, that type of like that type of mentality.
Because he couldn't play
Lionel
sports and
Luthor
stuff,
was
right?
his
That's right.
Lionel Luthor.
But it
Double
was
L.
I forgot about that kid. Yeah.
You know, and it was a really cool take that spawned a bunch of careers for a lot of people and some weird like sex cults at the same time. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh yeah. Because one of the actresses in there. Yeah, she's in jail, right?
I think she was in jail.
Yeah, a couple of them
Allison Mack was her name.
Allison Mack.
Yeah, she got like, I think Kristen Cruick as well got in and out of it, you know. But God, she's so hot too.
Mm-hmm.
She was in the season. Talk about going in way different directions. She was in this season of Reacher.
Oh, was she the Boston accent one?
No.
Okay.
No. She was the wife of the accountant guy.
Oh, really?
Was in jail. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I don't know. It might be.
They're filming Reacher 4 right now.
This is me weaving in and out of storylines because I'm 3 gummies in. But anywho, Smallville.
Yeah, I keep going back. I may watch it just because of the. It's intriguing to me. It's like the way.
It's very campy. The first season, like it's very high school stuff, but it's good. They did a really good job with that show.
All right, you convinced me. But I got a lot of shows on my list, though. I got to get down first,
And you're gonna hate the opening theme song because it'll be stuck in your fucking head for a very.
I don't need that. I skipped through the theme.
I remember when I was doing my Star Trek deep watch. Like most of the Star Trek theme songs I was fine with. And then I got to Enterprise. And there was just something about the Enterprise theme song. And I'm talking about the one from like 2000, like the early 2000s that had Scott Bakula as captain.
Scott Bakula!
Which I eventually grew to enjoy that show. But that theme song, it was like this weird hate it. And then at some point, then you're like,
it's part of my DNA.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I have Stockholm syndrome with this theme song now, and so I even love it by the end. You know, you go through 4 seasons, and you're like, oh, they changed. Like at some point, like I think in season 3, they change it up a little bit to try to make it, and I'm like, oh, I actually kind of prefer the original now.
That's how I feel. Even it's only half season. That's how I feel with the Firefly theme song. You know, it's like this is so bad.
By the time you get to with Laverne and Shirley,
just listen.
Yeah, no, I Firefly has it's like
Firefly's so bad. Yeah, like it's just because it's cheesy. But by 3 or 4 or 5 episodes in, you start to. Like
you're like, I love the cheese now. Yeah. It's a part of me, and I love
it. It's catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Costanza.
So Jack, do you want to talk about the Bear, or do you want to talk about F1?
Oh, I forgot I watched the Bear, and
I haven't seen the Bear
Formula One. The Bear, I texted you guys saying, "Hey, does it get any better?" I love the Bear, but this season 4, I mean, it's so slow. I don't know, because what's the main actor's name? He's doing Bruce Springsteen. He's doing a lot of movies. Maybe
they shot season 3 and 4 back to back.
Okay, so maybe they're trying because he's doing other things. Yeah. He's not involved as much.
Alan Paul White or something.
Yeah,
like
that. That's it. Yeah,
Jeremy Paul White.
Jeremy Paul White. Yes, great actor. The show's fantastic, but I'm just like going. I can't. I'm just because they keep going off on these different things, and they're just doing. Yeah, they're just doing different. It's just
Jack's got no patience.
Sergeant.
I just
Randy here. He's like, I need something peppy.
Yeah, something peppy. I don't want that Lover's Lament crap.
Well, that's all it is.
Yeah, like
Costanza.
Yeah,
Costanza.
It's like I wrote back to you, Jack. You know, like I get what they're trying to do with season 3 and 4, and like telling this kind of like the stretch of time,
right?
But it really, to me, you could have just made season 3 and 4 one season. and cut out a lot of the fat. Because it is like this season, especially, it just kind of drags. And then, like I said, the last 2 episodes are decent. I'm not sure if you finished it or not.
No, I kind of stalled on it.
Yeah, like there's a good couple of good scenes with Jamie Lee Curtis in the last episode, and then where they're gonna go with the next season. You're kind of like, oh, okay, and like there's some tension and everything, but she kind of like, okay, this could have been.
Well, the episode, that was the second episode or third episode I was watching. He breaks up. He already broke up with his girlfriend that he
goes back.
Before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like going, all right, get it. Move on. What are we doing here?
Can we all agree that season 1, Jamie Lee Curtis, was that season 1? Or was that
season 2? Isn't it?
Season 2, she's brought in.
Season 2, the episode, the Christmas episode.
Is it Christmas or Thanksgiving?
The Feast of the Seven Fishes, or whatever it is. Or in just generally throughout the show, I can honestly say this is her best I've ever seen her. Yeah.
Trading Places, you see a lot better of her.
Well, fair.
I think it's just yes, I agree with you, Chris. It's some of the best Jamie Lee Curtis, but I also liken it to like seeing Carol Burnett in like
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. It was like, oh, you just like went to this other gear right here, like this other like mode, So,
maybe that's the problem I have too, because that episode is one of the best. If you ranking episodes best of television history, that episode is amazing because it's all the actors that are involved are just fantastic.
It's like taking all of the episodes of All in the Family and squishing it into one sandwich of an episode.
Yeah, there you go. That's good.
But take all of the nice parts with Al Bundy. Not Al Bundy.
Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker. Yeah.
Who makes the show?
I got my crotchety old dads mixed up.
Yeah.
Al Bundy. Archie.
Al Bundy with Archie Bunker.
Both B's, right?
Yeah, I get it. It could be tough.
It's the A.
Start with an A. Archie, Al. But you realize how, if you've watched All in the Family, you understand how Archie is the way he is because his dad abused him. And anyway, that's just the way it was back then.
Oh.
And then, since Chris has not seen it, and Matt, I guess, have not seen The Bear season 4, we can move on. But but I know that Jack had mentioned that he saw F1 Formula 1, and I saw it as well in the IMAX.
And I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it. I saw it at the what's it called? The place I always go.
Is it on Apple TV, or is that just?
It might be on Apple TV now.
I think you can purchase it on Apple.
It's not. I think it's only in the theaters for now.
Okay, it's just advertising.
I'm gonna give my. I'll go first. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Okay.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the driving, even though a lot of it was CGI, probably was just
a lot of it was real.
Yeah. Oh, was it real?
Yeah. So sorry to cut off your review, but like that's actually one of the things that's really intriguing for me is that not only is it's real, but Brad Pitt did a lot of the driving.
Oh, did he? Mm-hmm. Because I love his character. Well, he kind of plays the same. It's hard with Brad Pitt because he's done a lot of things where he's done.
Because he's so goddamn handsome.
Well, you gotta hate him for that. You gotta slap him upside the head a couple of times. Like, come on, stop being so pretty. Even though you got scars all over you, you're still pretty. But no, he kind of plays the same character a lot. But he's just. I thought it was a great movie. I was entertained the whole time, and I would recommend it. Randy says lackluster story. I'm gonna disagree. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not Shakespeare. I mean, it's a popcorn movie, but I enjoyed it.
It moves at the speed that you want your TV shows.
Yes,
Nick.
Yeah. So when Jack had originally texted us that he saw F1 and that he enjoyed it, I immediately said, "So Top Gun, 1986." A few years later, followed by Days of Thunder. Skip forward in time. We had Top Gun Maverick. And a few years later, what do we get? F1. All done by Jerry Bruckheimer.
You were, and I said you're spot on. I mean, it was just,
And that's when you watch F1, especially the first half of that film, you can 100% watch that and go, this is Tom Cruise. This is supposed to be Tom Cruise, not Brad Pitt. It totally feels like that. It's just like Top Gun Maverick, and that you're bringing back the old driver, like the old pilot, to help out the new guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt that it probably was written as a Days of
Okay,
Thunder
maybe the
2.
story was lackluster.
You know, I felt it was
enjoyed
written as
Have you guys seen Cars 3? Because I'm pretty sure that's also the plot of Cars 3.
It is.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen Cars.
Thank you.
I will agree with Jack, though. I mean, if you want a fun summer popcorn film, it's a good film.
It has
It does-
comedy.
Yeah, it does. It does drag. You probably could have trimmed 20 minutes from it, maybe 15. You know, there's a little somewhere in the middle. There is a lull somewhere where you're like, okay, let's wrap this up a little bit.
That's where it needs a Thanksgiving.
The only character development I really hated was the young driver. He tells him a few times, like, you could be one of the greatest drivers ever. I was like, well, when are we ever going to see him fucking drive the car? Because it's all about Brad Pitt. And you're like, how do we know? He's just some guy that's just there on the track.
Well, I think he's arrogant, and he's not about racing. He's about the bling.
Yeah, he's about the merchandise.
He's about the merchandising. You got to be, you got to be good to the public and all. And whereas Brad Pitt's like, fuck that.
Right.
I'm here to race.
Right.
If I'm going to run you off the road, I'm going to run you off the road. That's racing.
Right.
You know, so I'm old school. I like that. But I did. I forgot what I was going to say.
But like, if I had to choose though, of the four, you know, I mean, like, you know, Top Gun, Days of Thunder, Maverick, and this one is probably my fourth of the four.
I would say probably, yeah, because Days of Thunder, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was great. The only problem I had is because I'm not one of those people that I can't remember names. I draw. You may have heard.
I've never known that to be
I draw
true.
blankets. The love interest of Brad Pitt. I'm like going, what show was she?
Oh, she's
in?
been lots of she's been lots of
I know. The whole time
what's
I'm
her
watching,
name?
going, what show? I know I've seen. And I kind of went to my wife because when we were in Alamo, I went, what show is she in? She goes, what? I go, what show is she? I go, never mind, can't talk. And so I don't want to get kicked out. And I came home when I go, Rome. I go, she was in Rome. I go, oh my God, why could I not remember that? Anyway, I go, was it Downton Abbey? She goes, no. I go, fuck. She's British.
No, she's Irish.
Irish, yeah, but she sounded British. But anyway,
No,
but
she's
I
not
get
Irish.
across the Atlantic.
it didn't
It's
matter.
far enough
Look,
away.
You don't think there's a Southern accent in North Carolina, and you can't tell the difference between an Irish accent and a British accent.
Everything's brought into question.
I don't know, Randy. I don't. If was F1 better than Mission Impossible? I don't know.
Okay, that's a good. Because to me, I felt that the new Mission Impossible was the weakest of like the last four. You know, it's still good.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining, yeah. They're probably about the same. You know, I would, because I think, what did I give? I gave the last Mission Impossible like an 82, I think, or an 84. And I would probably put F1.
Are we ranking that high? So I thought it was 1 through 10. What the hell, man?
My personal thing.
That's
Like
too
when I
much
was,
math.
8.2 versus 8.6. I think that's.
I'm giving it an 84.
Well, so in my brain, the way I rate things in my
I
head,
can't go with your brain. I can't.
if it's a
Not with that shirt
9,
on.
if it's a 9, that means you need to see it. Like you need to go see it.
Okay. Oh,
You
so
know?
you're saying 8.2,
Yeah.
not 82.
So like an eight to me is
One bite, everyone knows the rules.
Yeah, an eight means like this is good. Probably should go see it. 7 is if you want to see it, you know. And so to me, this is like,
I'm not going out of the list.
What's a 6?
Wow, there's a lot in between fuck no and if you want to go see it.
right.
That's like 60% of your scale.
I know. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, and then no, if I get in the 6s, that is like it's
Is that
got
like-
parts that are okay. Mostly it's shit.
Is
I'm
5
gonna
like
say,
walk
once you
out
get
the
to 6, you
theater?
might as well say 1.
No, like 4.
Right?
And the 4s is walk out of the theater.
Four.
No.
is walk out of
Time
the
out.
theater.
If you're saying 6 is don't go see it, you might as well just go 1.
What?
No,
That's
'cause
what
there's
we're
definitely
getting
things-
at. We're
Yeah.
having him differentiate the 1 through 6.
Yeah, I mean, but it does.
Yeah.
What's the difference? 1 through
Dude, I mean,
6?
It's
You know
like
how-
it's
you know
like
how
one
bad-
calling in
you know how
a
bad
bomb
you got-
threat.
You know how bad you've got to be for me to give you a 1? if it's a 1, it's like you might as well just shoot yourself. You know,
Wow,
it's just
damn.
Oh my God,
Jeez.
man! Wow. You went to a movie with a 1? Go kill yourself.
I'm like,
Wow.
Just go take out your family for actually having you. Like, get rid of them.
Yeah, there's only a couple that I've really given really
Mhm.
like even like the Willow, Disney Plus show I think got like a 2. You know, like it's like
So that wasn't kill yourself worthy.
it's pretty close. That was pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Did
you go
see that movie? Go fucking kill yourself.
But I think one of my number one
Nick's
in-
IMDb listings are just like
my number one in the movie theater moment
Flat.
with a 1
okay.
was Troy.
Oh.
Troy,
yeah,
really?
okay.
Yeah.
It's
That's
got
a
Brad
moment. It's a nice moment. See, even like Troy would be like a 6'8" or 7'1".
Troy, I walked out of the theater halfway through the movie, which was like 2 hours. Yeah, that was a long ass movie. It was abysmal to me. Like I could not watch that.
Some
movie.
of it is. Some of it absolutely is.
Like I just could not do it.
You had
And
fake Brad Pitt, his cousin.
But like the
Eric-
fight
yeah, Hulk.
between Brad Pitt and Hector is so fucking good.
Yeah.
But then like at the end where fucking Orlando Bloom, who's the coward of the entire movie, like gives the sword of Troy to like this random ass character, like,
And then he shoots him with an arrow. Fucking
you're like,
pussy.
what the fuck? Like it's just like some of it was just
I know
really,
you're not
really
supposed to say that
bad
anymore, but
yeah.
the movie I walked out on was Cindy and I were watching it, and my daughter Heather recommended. She said, "Oh, it's so funny." I can't remember the movie. We got about halfway through. I go, "This fucking movie blows." I go, and we walked out.
Going back to that period though,
That
I
movie.
didn't feel like
Alexander
killing
was
myself,
10
but I
times
said,
worse
okay.
than Troy.
Hmm?
Alexander with Colin Farrell.
It's better than
That,
Troy.
that was 10 times worse than Troy.
Oh, 10.
I
I was
never
going to
even
say,
saw
okay,
it.
yeah. I started watching that and couldn't do it.
That was horrid.
I mean,
Never
luckily I
even
don't
saw
have a
it.
gun in
Yeah.
my house because
Wow. Okay.
it might have been ugly.
Well, it was coming
Well,
off of the
seems like
Lord of
Nick's-
the Rings
well,
thing.
I'm sorry,
you're
Nick's
right, man.
reviews. I
Right.
mean, it's just
Sure. Where would you rank a commercial?
I would rank that at
I'd give it a
10.208.
I'd give it a 6. You can listen to it. You not listen to it.
Okay. But yeah, like, I thought Formula One it's definitely worth watching. It's just like it's not, it's
Go to the theater. Get
You-
yourself
you
some
will-
popcorn.
okay. So like, if you're like me,
You won't walk out
and
on it, Chris.
Once Will Fry brings up a good point. Yeah, Kingdom of Heaven was another one that was kind of like.
Yeah, but the director's cut is really actually good.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard the
So,
director's cut
and
is actually
I had
good.
a friend of mine that actually had.
In fact,
the
I just saw it on
DVD,
the-
and
on the
we
chat.
watched it together, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is good."
The director's cut. I just saw it in the chat. It's really good.
But
It's
uh,
good. It's really good. Yeah.
I've
When
never
you-
seen it.
when you watch F1 though, if you're paying attention to the plot, it's totally Top Gun. As in like bringing the guy like, okay, where's the moment where there's a critical scene where someone might be dead? Are they going to get over it? Can they recover?
Oh no!
Yeah, I was totally expecting the one scene where it's like, oh, this is the goose scene. This is the
Yeah.
goose scene, and it doesn't fully go goose, but you're like, oh,
You figure he's cooked like a goose.
yeah,
Just because
right.
half goose,
yeah, it's
Yeah,
half goose,
And
is
when
the
they're playing
episode title, by the way.
volleyball on the beach, I said, "Come on, that's a complete ripoff." And Brad Pitt kept
What
looking
else
at
do
his
you want them
watch.
to play on the beach?
Huh?
Sandcastles? You want them to play sandcastles on the
Well,
beach?
I'm just saying it's obviously a
Jacks?
ripoff of Top Gun when you're playing volleyball on the beach and Brad Pitt goes on like
Badminton?
this. You can play badminton. I don't care. Shuttlecock.
It doesn't like seem to like spiking the ball doesn't seem as cool with badminton.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Those
Eat
are
that
good.
mitten.
Badminton is a cool sport.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
It is not.
chicks dig badminton.
Especially when you
they
can
love the
spin that
shuttlecock.
racket on your middle finger and
They
like,
love the
kinda-
shuttlecock. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's.
I'm telling you.
I don't. Is there shuttlecocking
Shuttlecocking.
involved?
It's badminton. Isn't
Okay,
the thing called a shuttlecock?
It's called a shuttlecock.
There
Okay.
you go. I'm not making. You know how I learned that? From MASH.
You know how I learned that? from fucking playing badminton as a kid.
Yeah, I
hated it.
I never played. I played real sport. I didn't want to play badminton.
We had a net set up in our backyard, and we would just take turns. Just like
family reunions. It always
railing at
seemed
each
like
other's heads.
it always seemed like somebody got the badminton net out, tied it between two trees or posts or whatever, and there was
It'll
always
be
a
fun.
badminton net.
It's like tetherball. What's the point of tetherball? You just throw the ball back, and it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because I don't think anyone's played tetherball in 50
Will
years.
Fry. Will Fry.
You know why?
Because it sucks.
All right, Will
Like
Fry in the
boring.
chat says, "I took badminton in college. I thought it would be a class full of women. So did every other guy. 40 people in the class, 2 girls.
You saw shuttlecock, and you got, hey, women are gonna go. Women are gonna go.
Entirely too much shuttlecock.
You hit that shuttlecock a little too hard. Yeah.
Too much cock, not enough shuttle."
I just got a text from my mom. I'm changing subjects here.
Oh, okay.
We've had a lot of storms here, and my mom will call me if there's a storm in West Virginia,
Oh,
Oh,
if
that's
there's
so
a storm
close.
in Virginia, if there's a storm in South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. She's like, "Are you guys all right?" I go, or text me. I go,
Florida gets hit by a
we're
hurricane.
fine." She goes, "Oh, I saw there's bad weather in the South." I go, "Oh, we're fine." So the other day, Chapel Hill, where UNC plays, and Durham Bulls, they got 10 inches of rain in like an hour. Just got dumped in rain. I go, which is like 25, 30 minutes away from us. I go, oh, told Cindy, I go, my mom's going to be calling or texting us in like any minute now. Nothing. Nothing.
Wow.
I go, huh. The next day, we get a ton of rain again in Durham, and it's flooded again. I go, nothing. She calls me today. She calls me today. Goes, "Is everything all right out there? Your weather okay?" I go, "I don't know." I go, "You call me or text me when there's weather in a flash flood in Virginia or West Virginia, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Tennessee, Florida." I go, "There's one 30 minutes away from me. Nothing. But she'll text me and go, "Hey, you got a storm coming your way?" I go, "Yeah, I know. I have a phone. It alerts me." But I just was giving her a hard time. I said,
It's fucking adorable, though.
It's adorable, yes. But I go, "What the fuck, man?" And she just texted me a minute ago, "Are you getting bad weather?" I go, "Well, it's thunderstorm coming through, but nothing terrible." She goes, "I didn't realize that Chapel Hill and Durham were so close to." I go, "It's in North Carolina. It's in North Carolina." So I was giving her crap today because that's what I do.
you're her baby.
It's your love language.
Yeah.
It is. That's how I'm. If I'm giving you crap, I like you.
Yeah.
Not
I
giving
kind
you
of
crap,
worry
fuck
sometimes
off.
when you don't razz me. So I'm like, shit, is he mad now?
Yeah.
I mean, Jack, you've had the same fucking terrible joke about me literally going on for 17 years of this series. I mean,
beating
you
up
must
the old
really
guy.
like me. Yeah.
Well, Nick likes to do it too. I'm not the only one. You kick the shit out of some old guy. I can't respect that.
Oh, speaking of kicking the shit out of someone, have you guys seen this video? It's like,
yeah.
with what's his name from the former NHL player for the
The
Panthers.
golfer.
And he
was
have
a
you guys
goon.
seen this?
Yeah. I've seen it.
No.
Mm-mm.
So this guy it
Go
was like
check it out. It's funny.
he played hockey for the Panthers maybe like I don't know 5-6 years ago. And he's retired and he coaches like in the Canadian leagues somewhere. But there's a video, some dude like confronted him on a golf course and was like challenging him and
the
trying
guy
to fight him.
they were mad because he was going too slow.
Oh, is that what it was?
And the guy that was
Golf etiquette.
that challenged him, he was the one going too slow, I think.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
they got into a beef and whatever, and he like wanted to fight him, unknowing to him that this is like a former like NHL goon player who like
penalty minutes and games played.
he was paid to fight people. Fucking pounds this guy in the face and yells boom every time he does it, or bang or whatever.
Well, to be fair, the shorter guy attacked him. Now,
Yeah, he did.
he doesn't even have to know he's an a former NHL player goon.
Yeah.
The guy was small,
Huge.
and the other guy was big.
So he first gets fucking thrown into the lake like the water hazard.
It's
Oh,
hilarious.
jeez.
Which is and he gets back out, and then all of a sudden you see the guy do the whole like jersey grab and just pounds the shit out of this guy's face, then picks him up and throws him, and he's like fucking horizontal, like parallel to the earth.
It was like a horseshoe or
It was amazing. Like
Yeah.
it was
you
just such.
You can't stop watching it.
No, it's so good, and and now, I think he's in some hot water for doing it, but
I don't think it's his fault though. The guy
Thanks for
attacked
naming.
him. Now I think he came up and started arguing with the guy, but the guy says, "I ain't afraid of you. I ain't afraid of you." And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And the guy's like, and his friend's like trying to stop him, but he half-assed kind of stopped him.
yeah,
Literally, you got to grab him and push him away.
he's literally the one guy that you never would want to get into a beef with, and he happens to choose him on the 17th fairway.
Because I saw someone saying, they were saying, golf wasn't like this 20, 30 years ago, but now everybody plays it. So you have these assholes that are, golf used to be, proper and, a gentleman's game or, whatever you want to call it. And so now you have these
drunk dads.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they said. Now you have a bunch of drunk people going out there and beer league hockey. You have people playing beer league golf. They're drunk, and so you see a lot of golf fights, which you didn't see 30 years ago. Of course, we didn't have cameras, but anyway, it's pretty funny. When he throws that gun, he threw him like 10, 15 feet.
Speaking of golf and something I really rated really low.
That was a 6.
No, is it stick? Yeah, on Apple.
Okay.
Fucking hated it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I my sister recommended it. She didn't get past the second episode. I was like, "Why'd you recommend it if you didn't get past that?" I got midway through the 4th episode. I was like, "I'm done with this."
The 4th episode I saw was ranked the lowest.
Maybe that's why. It was so bad.
And
it's with Owen Wilson.
But I haven't. But I was kind of curious. Like, does it come back around? Does it make it better?
I quit after that. Yeah, it just feels forced. A lot of it feels forced. The acting is not that great.
I don't know.
And then a lot of the meet cues you can tell like they're just so bad the way they're written. We're just like,
it seemed like they were trying to like, well, we can't have, like, we need to make another Ted Lasso.
That's what it felt like. That's what I felt they were trying to do, is do another Ted Lasso, but it doesn't have the heart.
I don't have to watch it.
Okay, you don't have to watch it. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
One thing I wanted to mention.
It's weird for me to hate an Apple show because they've been on such a good roll for a long time.
No, they're
Is it Owen Wilson? Is he just kind of phoning it in, or is he?
Well, he's being Owen Wilson, but no, it's just it's also like the fact that
being Owen Wilson is so 20 years ago too.
Yeah, it just
so Owen Wilson should retire. Or being Owen Wilson, he should retire.
Or do something differently. Like, he's the same person in every
He's the same
movie.
thing. Yeah, he's the same person.
You can't do Wedding Crashers anymore or Starsky and Hutch. You got to do something.
Right.
Yeah. It just
you just do that thing and cash that paycheck. I did like him in Loki, though. I thought he provided like a much needed like balance in that show. But
in what one?
Loki.
Oh, Loki. Yeah. He wasn't bad in Loki.
Yeah. So different character, I think, than what he usually plays and stuff. So the one thing I wanted to mention, just found this out through the Instagram, which I'm barely on, but I did see one of our listeners recently got engaged, and I just want to congratulate. I just would like to formally congratulate Mr. Miami Mike. Yeah,
nice.
Congrats!
Hey,
nice, dude.
Yeah,
engaged in Paris.
Congrats.
Right? Yeah, I believe so. Mm-hmm. So.
Wow, that's kind of hard to top.
Word is he said bang.
She bang.
No, congrats, Mike. Though.
Congrats, Mike. We like you.
Yeah,
you're a keeper.
And then Randy says Ted Lasso season 4 is being filmed in Kansas right now.
Okay.
Maybe out next summer or fall. Huh? Interesting.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Because and I wonder if they'll do a little bit of between. Because I can't imagine that they're not going to have the British component. So.
Yeah,
you gotta have that to make it work.
The one little rumor, not rumor, but the one thing I said that they were showing me which cast members are confirmed, which the ones that are still in negotiation.
Yeah,
and that's what they were saying is it is going to be split between England and Kansas. Like,
okay,
what little details they know is that there is going to be like a duality kind of thing.
Okay, all right, that might be interesting. I know the actor that played.
Are you guys worried that it's going to suck?
I'm for more. So
Yeah,
at this
I'm
point,
for
like,
more too. I mean,
I liked I
the
know.
characters are great.
Yeah, no, it's one of those like feel good shows that my family we enjoy. So
Yeah,
I think we
Can't
recently
go wrong
did
with
another
Ted Lasso.
rewatch. So yeah, we watched Ted Lasso. So.
I had a funny story today. My grandson, who's 5, he's my fourth grandkid. He calls himself, him and his dad play video games at night. So he goes, Papa, I'm a gamer.
Oh wow!
I said, okay, you're a gamer. So today he likes to play Minecraft and Roblox.
Yeah, Roblox.
He really likes Minecraft because he likes the creeper and stuff like that. He goes, Papa, when you were a kid, did you play Minecraft? I go, we didn't have Minecraft. He goes, why not? I go,
it was called construction, kid.
I'm trying to explain to him. I go, he goes, what did you play? I go, board games, or we went outside. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, we didn't have an internet. We didn't have something like, we didn't have iPads. We didn't have computers, and we didn't have, we used paper, play tic-tac-toe. And he goes, so you didn't play Minecraft? I go, it wasn't around. It's new.
Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit older, Jack. You could have like really scarred him for life. Like it was called Landmine.
Yeah,
you know,
Landmine.
And like it was in Vietnam. We said, "Don't step there."
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, right. It's called real life. I go.
We had Minesweeper.
Yeah,
but IRL.
I go. We had Pong. He goes, "What's Pong?" I go, "Well, it was this thing with 2 white lines, and then it had a line in the middle, and it would doot, and then go. Sometimes it'd be really hard because it would go fast." And I go, then we had like Atari that had different games and stuff like that. I go, but we didn't have. We really didn't have the type of games that you have today. You know, Asteroids or. I go, like the video game I have upstairs where it has Centipede, Asteroids, and all that. He goes, yeah. I go, that's what we had. He goes, oh, okay.
But what's kind of awesome though, is like we were the ones that got to experience every step of that, like that change. Like we were there from the beginning of video games and got to experience what every year progressively got better. So we've had it all, and that's awesome. Jack, Mike says Jack played the fun 1950s game. Avoid the polio. That's awesome.
I had the shot. I had the shot. I mean, yeah, that's funny, Mike. Lincoln Logs. Yet we love, but you know what? They like Lincoln Logs because he also builds. We have all these train pieces and stuff, wooden train. He builds these huge train pieces all throughout the house. He goes, can I leave it up for the whole week? And you're like going, well, we got the robot vacuum. And I was like, we got the stupid cat. I go, I don't know. Ask your Gigi. And of course, Cindy she goes, whatever you want. She goes, okay. And so all week we're trying to avoid stepping on this train set. I trip over it, knock it off. I go, how did he have it? I go, why don't we take a picture? Because you mess it all up. You got to put it back together. And he's like an engineer. He knows how to he just puts all these things together. But anyway, I thought a funny story when he wasn't quite grasping that, this hasn't been around forever because he's 5. So it's been it'll be 6 and 8. It's always been there.
So did you just write Google on a piece of paper and then ask it a question?
Go to AI.
You just write AI on a piece of paper and ask it to do something.
Yeah, but it's funny when they ask you questions like that and you're like going, huh?
Well, because they can't fathom that.
No.
And like I know I've told this once before because we were talking about like first albums we bought or first cassettes or whatnot, and I was talking about how Back to the Future soundtrack was not something that I bought with my own money, but I remember going into the store when I was like 6 and Dad going, "What do you want?" And I picked out the Back to the Future soundtrack, and I remember riding in the car. And Mom and Dad are sitting in the front, seat, and like when you get towards the end, and
no seatbelt,
right? But like even when it got to the Chuck Berry songs and the '50s songs that are on that soundtrack, I remember going like, "Is this what you guys listened to growing up?" And they said, "No, this is before we were born." And I just remember like going like, there was music before you were born. Like holy shit! Like you're like, how old is this? Like because when you're 6,
Sure.
Your parents are.
Hey, how old are they?
They were born in the early 50s.
Well, they should have had Chuck Berry was the 50s.
Well, Johnny Be Good came out in 1958.
Okay. All right.
So, well, actually, that's not true. So they were born before it came out, but they were saying that basically they were trying to say that they were really little when this came out compared to the 60s and 70s songs that they grew up with.
Yeah. It's funny.
I've gotten into watching wrestling a lot, right? And my son also has, and he's kind of sat down and watched different wrestling, clips and stuff or whatever. And he makes the delineation. He's like, Dad, so you guys had the old school wrestling was when you were a kid, right? He's like, he calls it the old school wrestling. He's like, what's that old school wrestler guy with a snake? Like, and he has all these weird points of references of things that he's either seen a clip of or actually draws his own conclusion from looking at his little action figures. I got a bunch of old school wrestling toys for him. Yeah. But he's like, he knows which one's the old school, and he wants to hear about times past. But it's like, I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I can't answer all these questions. I have no idea. But it's so cool to watch it with him. Like wrestling is my thing with my son. Where Lost is the thing with my daughter right now. It's kind of fun.
It's funny though when they ask those questions. You're like, I didn't even think about it when he was asking. I go, what is he talking about? I go, oh no, we didn't have iPads. We didn't have computers. We didn't have the internet.
Right.
He goes, what do you mean? I go, it's new. I go, it's kind of
Well, what do you mean you had to wait a week to watch it?
Right.
Yeah.
We used to have to go get in a place our movies, and drive. And,
well, it's did I tell you guys before? I go, the younger, they get so mad when there's a commercial on their iPad, and I go, just hit skip. They're going, I go, dude, relax, just hit skip, and they, and I go, and they're throwing the iPad. I go, don't throw the iPad. Don't throw the iPad. And then he goes, that's what yell at them. I go, I'm not yelling at them. They can't throw it.
Sure.
One of my coworkers was saying that today, that his 4-year-old doesn't even really talk to him that much. He said he just goes to Alexa all the time. Alexa, do this, Alexa, do that.
Oh, that's a fucking terrible story.
That's sad.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like,
Alexa's my parent.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah. He's like, he's just kind of like, Alexa, do this, Alexa, do that. Well, Alexa, what's the answer to this? Like,
imagine that. Imagine these 5, 6, 8, 7-year-old kids who grew up through COVID, right, at home. In 20 or 30 years, where you're gonna say who are the people you looked up to the most when you were a kid, and how many kids are gonna be like fucking Alexa, Siri, fucking Chat GPT is what taught me everything I know. That's what it's gonna be.
You have a new movie for Cable Guy. Remember, Cable Guy was raised by the.
I learned the facts of life from watching the facts of life.
You take the good, you take the bad.
What was I gonna say?
It's funny now, generation after. But I think with now is the technology is going so fast.
Yeah, really fast.
And it's this whole. I don't understand this whole AI thing. I mean, I'm trying to, but my son-in-law, he does everything with AI. Sets his recipes. He does everything. He goes, no, I just do everything with that. I go, okay, you're a robot, but that's okay.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff AI can get wrong for sure, but the thing that I did the last 2 days, I've been teaching my son how to drive, and that's been a so my daughter graduating, okay,
yeah, that's rough.
But there was something with seeing my son today in the driver's seat, and just he's 15. So he's got his learner's permit. So he we did the parking lot yesterday, and then he was like, I want to do country roads today. And so then we got up this morning. We did country roads, and he liked that because he got a little taste of the speed now. So it's like we always have this kind of inside family joke about like, well, now you got a taste for it or something, and so, no, he did fine, and I kept trying to take him through a roundabout, and he's like, no, 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 and so I was like, that's fine, like just, so he did part of a corner of a roundabout, like just rounding it. So, but that might happen tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. So he's really excited. He wanted to go again tonight, but I had already like.
So you're the teacher in the house.
Yeah, I already had an edible, so I was like, we're not doing
That's
this.
not happening.
Yeah,
Cindy did all that. Cindy did all that. Taught all 3 kids.
So
I didn't have the patience.
So my wife, she took him to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles and did all of the stuff and got all of the documents and even had to make the second trip back home, scrambling to get all of the stuff. She had to wait in that hell. And the whole time she's thinking, it's because I don't get to have to drive him everywhere. So that's me. So I'm the patient driver because I don't grab the wheel, because she would do that with Maggie and I didn't. So he's got a pretty good handling of the car on the road. He just, a couple times he was hugging that right side and I would just be like, a little tight on the right, no.
It's okay. That pedestrian's getting back up. You're okay.
25 points.
Well, I am the annoying Alexa in his ear because I over-explain stuff. So there was a moment where it was like there was a 4-way stop, and he had his blinker on, and it was his right of way, and he turned, but then the other person that didn't have their blinker on turned after him, and I told him, I was like, hey, that person didn't have their blinker on. You need to make sure, you need to always double check because people don't always do that.
You have to be a defensive driver because
I'm trying as best as I can to be like, you gotta watch out for other. So the whole time I'm telling him that, we're coming up on like a crossing walk and I'm like, okay, slow down. And he's like, well, you were distracting me with the whole. I was like, fuck. So, but he did fine. So
I know.
That's
I know
terrifying.
I know when Jay was learning to drive, I was sitting in the back seat and he's got to turn, go the other, cross traffic. And I was like, what are you waiting for? Go. And so he goes, no. She goes, what? And then when he went, he goes, I go, I got it out. She goes, just be quiet. I said, all right. And then one time we're coming out of a thing and he turned the wrong way. He's going into, I go, so he goes, turn, you're going the wrong way. I go, should I speak up earlier or should I? But I just kind of sat back.
Just eat an edible and go, fuck it, I don't care. Drive over the cliff.
Yeah, again, we didn't have edibles back then. It was illegal.
Take me to Taco Bell. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
As long as one of the adults is sober and cognizant, that's all that matters. So one adult at a time.
I'm glad I'm done with that. I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely excited about it. So I know, Chris, you had your family 4th of July vacation. We had ours. I think you even texted a picture of you with your son in the golf cart. Right?
Yeah. And my daughter got to learn how to drive a golf cart.
Oh,
there you go. That also helped spark that for my son. Like he was already taking the driving like test stuff. Like he was already like doing all of the instructor stuff, but then he got to drive the golf cart, and we took it out on the road because it's some country road, and he was practicing blinkers and all of this stuff, and he was putting into action everything that he had been reading about. So he definitely like that got him like, okay, let's get this. That's
cool.
That lit a fire. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So good vacation though.
It was. Yeah. I mean, it's just such a beautiful place. It's like everything shuts off around me when I'm in that neighborhood and on the beach. I just live in it.
It's not really
there.
that far
so
though
good.
from where you live, right? It's
Nope.
like what, an hour, if that.
Not an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Was the
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not far. It's just beautiful out there. I wish I could afford to have like a second house on the beach down there. It would be the best, but always too short. I could definitely do 2 weeks.
Vacations are always too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I messaged you guys, or maybe I sent you a photo or not. But Sunday, a friend of mine who transferred is like a really good high up nurse in this hospital in the Colorado, and her, I don't know what you call it, like when it's a conglomerate of hospitals all owned by the same thing, owns a suite in the Colorado Rockies Stadium.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I've got a +1. Do you want to come to the game?" I was like, "Sure." And I didn't know it was a suite. I just thought I was going to a baseball game.
Oh,
So
okay.
I go, and when you take like the private elevator and you get up and like you have your own personal concessions, and like then it's like, oh, this is like for these kind of people. We're gonna go to this other thing. And I was like, what? And then you go into like the fucking air conditioned, sealed in, and it's like all the stuff. And I'm like, this is the goal, isn't it? Like this is.
It's a different life.
Am I getting a taste of the good stuff right here?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I really enjoyed it because like you just had
the peasants.
You had the fucking rotisserie with all the hot dogs you wanted. They had like these thick ass hoagies, and they had like buckets of chips and salsa and queso, buckets of peanuts and buckets of popcorn. I was just like, damn, and it's free.
Yeah, and like, all the alcohol you want, and
it's everything.
It's like a different experience.
What really
the old people to be
made me feel bad though was because my lower middle class brain could not handle when the 7th inning stretch came on. They got on the intercom, the stadium, and said, "For everyone in blah 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 blah, now is last call for you to eat because we're going to come in and start taking the stuff away." So what do? I get up and I start just cramming. You
got a bag,
and everyone else is just sitting there like it's not.
Nick's
like,
got a feed bag around his head.
Yeah, I'm sure like
he's got.
Did you guys not hear him? They're taking away the shit.
He brought a backup fucking insulin vial for his pump.
Yeah.
This is my cheat day.
Yeah. And I'm just jamming, food right and left. Anyway, so the guy comes in beginning of the 8th with the garbage bag, and he did. There's like literally 8 to 10 big ass hoagies just sitting there, and I was like, "Please tell me you're not throwing those away." And it's just like, yeah, I have to. I'm like, dude, just give me the bag. I'll eat this shit for a week.
So you left there with a trash bag full of hoagies.
He wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me take them. I felt so bad.
You wasted the food.
Just leave me the bag.
Just leave me the bag.
That's a sin.
It is. It's like it's like I enjoyed the game, but I was just like,
you'd think that there'd be some, because I know in Indy there's different like food, like second, so that this food doesn't go to waste, that it actually goes to, like
maybe they did take it to someplace.
No, they said they could. I drilled it.
We gotta put it in the incinerator. There's nothing we can do.
At least give it to the pig farm
bad
down
that
the
they
street.
waste the food like that. I mean,
I know.
It is a dip. I know because years ago, Cindy and I, the owner of the Padres at the time was John Morse, and so we get on the elevator and he comes walking on. The owner, he looks at me and goes, "Hello." I go, "Hello," and I go to him. I go, "You don't have your own elevator?" And he goes, "Nope, I just like with the regular people." And I said, "Okay, cool." So we went up to our thing, and he went to his private box, which was probably better than what we were at. And I go, and so he goes, "Why do you always say stupid things?" I go, "Well, he comes walking in. He says hello. He's the owner of the Padres. I mean, he's the damn owner.
I mean,
he owns all of downtown San Diego."
You took your shot, and you.
Yeah. I go, "What is this?" I go, I could have said, "Oh." She goes, "No, you always say stupid things." I go,
That's awesome.
"Okay, all right, that's cool." But yeah, that was my the free food and stuff. It's just amazing.
I couldn't go. Yeah, and like so. All right, so the one thing they did leave me was like because they had like basically like the horse pail of peanuts, and so. The game is over. The game is over.
It was the Rockies. Was the other team? It was another bad team, wasn't it?
This is the White Sox. Yeah,
the White Sox. Oh my God.
So let me just say,
terrible fucking.
Let's just say the Rockies won. It's the 22nd game they've won all year.
Yeah, they're on fire.
They're so bad. Wow. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter who wins because they're both losers. It's like it just.
You're just look at like rummaging through cupboards at this point.
Well, they
Can I take this fork?
the game was over, and I'm sitting there just by myself, just eating all these peanuts. Like,
He's like rolling it up in his like
I'm
the
just eating them,
napkin.
How did you put on 15
I had
pounds?
3 people open the door, like expecting like no one to be in there. And I'm like, I'm still working.
You're like Ghost. What was the Ghostbuster thing that kept eating all the
Yeah,
food?
Slimer. Yeah.
Slimer,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
And that was just in the bathroom. So
Right.
I'm still working.
Well, you got to sit there and eat. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's great.
No, that's awesome.
So you had a good time.
I did have a good time. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was actually a good game for once. Most of the time when you go to Rockies game, they get their ass handed to them. But like this one, White Sox went up 3-0, and then most games that's pretty much it. It's over. And then I think in the 5th, Rockies came back tied at 3-3, and then later they hit a homer with somebody on.
Was it crowded? Was it?
No, it's never crowded.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockies suck so bad. I've told you guys this. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen that stadium half full. And the good thing about it, because like I said,
It used to be packed.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago. Yeah.
Before they got the new owner.
Yeah. But living in LA, I was used to paying $125 a ticket, about 20 rows up from the first baseline. And I'd only go when the Cardinals came. I'd see all 3 games, and so when I moved here, I thought, okay, when the Cardinals come, I'll see them play the Rockies. And I looked for the same seat I always sat in at Dodger Stadium, and it was like $17. And I was like, no way.
Colorado, yeah.
In Colorado, yeah. And so I was like, how much is it behind home plate? $60. I was like, damn, that's how bad you suck. Is that I can get behind home plate for $60? Are you crazy?
I got to pay $60 to park at a Red Sox game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
$60 just barely covers the beer.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the best features about going to Rockies games because it's Coors Field and the beer is just so cheap. It's Coors, so it's basically water.
Though.
So, yeah.
You can actually just go into the bathroom and it comes out of the front.
Right, it's basically
It's piss beer.
So your only choices are Coors Light, Coors Banquet, Blue Moon, and I think they have Modelo.
Really, that's
which is
it.
random shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know we go to Pittsburgh and the seats are like, you sit behind the dugout, it's like $50, and you're like going. You look at San Diego, it's like 550, 750. It's just ridiculous how much more it is, but it's sold out. And Pittsburgh is like Colorado. The owner is cheap and doesn't, they don't care. Yeah. And, once proud franchise, Pittsburgh, when I was growing up, was a great team. I mean, that had great players. And now it's like they have Paul Skeens, but he's going to probably be like, there's no way he re-signs with them because they don't try to win. I mean, he's got like a 1.5 something ERA, and he's under 5. He's like got 6 wins and 9 losses because they suck.
Yeah. I'm going to a Cape Cod baseball game tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't know if you're familiar with the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Cape Cod? No, I'm not.
No? Well, no. It's not as highbrow as you just.
I mean, the San Diego.
Let's say the Obamas are over there, and
that's Martha's Vineyard.
The Kennedys are over there.
That's Nantucket and Martha's
Nantucket.
Vineyard.
Okay, with Nantucket.
No, but the Cape Cod Baseball League is actually like it's a post college developmental league that like a lot of the pros do recruit from.
Oh, okay.
Like Nomar Garcia Parra played there. A bunch
Nomar Garcia Parra.
Yeah, like Jason Varitek played there. I mean, I'm naming off Red Sox players, but there's like tons of notable players.
I know the names.
Do you ever see Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Yep.
That's the Cape Cod baseball. Yeah.
And people only remember the one scene.
Yeah. But their games are free. You just go.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
How do they make on concessions?
Concessions and merchandise and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And they do like they call it pass the glove. So they'll pass like a bucket around and take donations.
And that goes to the players? I
don't know.
Oh, okay.
I probably. But it's a huge thing on the Cape every summer. There's like 5 or 6 teams, and they all have like these crazy tournaments that go out throughout the whole summer. But it's really good baseball to watch.
Minor league baseball can be fun.
Yeah.
Because it's really inexpensive too. I mean,
yeah. Randy says the Savannah Bananas. That's another fucking awesome like
Probably get-
story.
That
Probably get minor league. You probably get $60 behind home plate. So
probably $5.
Nice.
So it's amazing. Then if they're selling out NFL stadiums.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the other slightly kind of funny thing that happened to me was being part of the box crew. The parking spot was right in front of the fucking stadium. But it was one of those like super chained in fancy ones. And as soon as I get out of my truck, the guy goes, "Just to let you know, we lock the gates 1 hour after the game's over."
You were still eating peanuts.
Exactly. Exactly. So not only am I like free beers deep in, I'm also full of hot dogs and peanuts. And I get out there and my truck's completely locked in the gate.
Oh God!
They told you, man.
They told me, yeah, they told me, and it was just one of those like where it's like
an hour after the game.
And
Really?
I thought that was nuts too. I was like, look, it's the amount of money people are paying
Right.
to park there and in that box. I should be able to camp out there, and they would.
How did you get the car out? You had to go find someone.
Yeah, there's a little number on the gate, and I was like, let's see if this works, And yeah, I had to wait, but they did. You could tell the guy was all pissed, like had to come back out.
It's like the episode of The Office.
People don't listen.
But I got out. Yeah.
I know when we went to go see a Steelers game when the Chargers were still in San Diego, and I still liked them. We went to Pittsburgh, I think 2011, and you don't park at Pittsburgh. You either park. They have like parking garages, and you walk to the stadium. We didn't know, so we parked. It was snowing, and we parked it like the businesses there on the weekends open up their parking lot, and they charge like $30, $40, whatever it is. And so the guy goes, "Yeah, just leave the keys on the seat and leave the window down so we can get in." And I go, "What?" He goes, "No." He goes, "You this ticket." I go, "We had because we were going from the game home. I had money sitting in, extra money sitting in there. We had all computers, all this stuff." I go, "All right, fine." And they, what they do is they park them like sardines, so they can get extra parking in there. You give them the ticket. Once the game's over, they come. I just thought it was weird. I go, "You want me to leave my keys in the car?" I said, "All right, I'll do it." But it's Pittsburgh, and everyone was drunk, and so it worked out.
Speaking of keys, I don't know if I told you guys this. I traded in.
I was in a key thing where you put it in a bowl.
No, you're right.
I drew the wrong key though.
Fun. Yeah, those can be fun. No, I'd had
Bob, is it?
I haven't had a new vehicle in a while, and I got a new truck recently, and I'm so used to either having the button, that unlocks your truck, or the old way of the key. You don't even need it anymore. I was like, I am learning all kinds of new stuff. Like I just have the keys like in my pocket, and there's just a button I push, and it just unlocks and locks the thing. I'm like, this is fancy ass shit, man.
It is. It's incredible.
I just had not seen that because, and then now my tailgate collapses into multiple tailgates. It's like the steps on Fly the Navigator, man. I'm like, what is this thing? Anyway,
Nice.
It's the little. So if you're anyone that doesn't know, I will bitch like crazy, but it's the little things that make me happy.
Extra peanuts.
Yeah, it's the things like that make me happy. I got a free beer. Awesome.
Free beer, man.
The way the sound cut out, I don't know if this was for everybody, but it sounded like Jack said extra penis.
Well, I don't know.
That was 4th of July.
He said keys.
Okay. All right. It's the little things, right?
It's the little things that make me happy.
Oh, okay. You've got the email. Yes. You know what? These are the little things that make me happy when listeners write in, So, and if you would like to write in and have your email read, just send us an email at rcadcast@gmail.com. That's
And luckily, Nick knows the password.
No, I don't know the password. My phone remembers the password.
Oh,
and I can't find it.
So only Nick has the password for the fucking email. So
that has been stored on my phone somewhere,
but you can't find it.
I can't find it where it is. Yeah.
If only somebody. Is it an Apple phone?
It is, but it's not under the passwords thing. Anyway,
Okay.
all right. So
Copy and paste it.
the title is anyone here?
Oh,
Hello,
No.
bidet boys.
Oh,
Hey.
Long
I
time no
haven't got
right.
it yet.
Yeah, long time no right. My self-imposed boycott has been lifted, at least for now, pending further legal consultation. I've been busy and traveling about to travel again next week.
He's traveling everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Question: have you ever been to a Buc-ee's? I have not, but they're creeping north. A new one just opened near Harrisburg, Virginia, Central Virginia. This is about 3 hours from me. In Pennsylvania, it's Sheets or Sheet. Yeah,
It's Sheets.
Sheets. Yeah, Western PA, and Wawa. Yeah, what the fuck is that with Pennsylvania people? And Wawa in Eastern.
I don't know. I just was
Pennsylvania.
born there.
Who names this stuff?
every time I hear Wawa, I just think of the
Bucky
George
Wawa.
Harrison.
Right. Wawa.
You did okay. Thank you.
Wawa.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're driving. You go, hey, there's a Wawa.
In Maryland,
I have so little to live for. So
in Maryland, it's Royal Farm. Everyone is buzzing about Buc-ee's being closer. There's a little bit more, but we can answer this question now. The only Buc-ee's in the state of Colorado is actually about 15 minutes south of me. I don't get it personally. It's
what
just
is it? A
big damn
hamburger
gas
place?
station. No, it's a big damn gas station. That's what it is.
Oh, so like Sheets, they serve food.
It's just a huge. It's like 30 or 40 pumps, and then they've got like a jerky station. They've got barbecue stations.
Of course,
It's
you have a
just
jerky station.
Just a bunch of shit. Yeah.
I've
Will
never
Price
been to
says a Wawa is opening in Tennessee.
I've never been to a Wawa. I've seen it, but I've never been to Buc-ee's either.
I don't get it. I mean, there's people that have it's like everyone who wants to get the Hard Rock T-shirt wherever they go. It's like there's people out there that want to go to every Buc-ee's. I'm like, it's a gas station. I don't get it.
It's the thing to do.
I mean, I guess because I mean, I look.
I've
been. Yes, the beaver with the big teeth.
So
really? People, I've been to the other
beaver.
side. I've stayed in a box in a stadium. That's what you need to shoot for.
I got peanuts, man. Free peanuts.
I got a free bucket of peanuts.
Free peanuts.
Yeah,
Man, just leave me in the back.
Sure, my car got locked up, but I got free peanuts.
I got free peanuts. Totally worth it.
The password is peanuts.
Peanuts, not peanuts. Yeah.
That's what I was doing wrong. Shit.
Try that.
Peanuts. God damn it! Won't it lock me out?
All right. Fucking lock me out of this show. Let's go.
I've never been to a Buc-ee's, but I did want to before whoever has.
Wait, he's not done with the email.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the email.
I said let's answer the stuff about Buc-ee's first.
Oh, my bad. I'm
okay,
sorry,
my bad.
dude.
I was going.
Oh, I feel like an asshole. Sorry.
You're the one that banned him in the first place.
I did not do anything of the sort.
I think you did.
No.
What is a food and drink that most people love but you cannot stand? I'm not crazy about sauerkraut unless it's on a hot dog.
Oh God,
people in PA, Jack's people, love it with pork and mashed potatoes. I really like. I really dislike champagne, even though I like wine and other similar drinks. That's all. Have a great summer. And I do not have a bidet. Sad. Randit.
So you smell.
Randito, get yourself a bum cleaner, man. It's worth.
Yeah.
Pickles. You don't.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Pickles.
really?
I'm not a big pickle fan.
It's sour beers for me.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Like a lot of my friends love sour beers, and I'm just like, nope. That tastes like fucking.
I don't like wine.
Turpentine.
So I like a good sour beer, but the way it was explained to me, because like they're huge in Colorado, is that a sour beer. One, it depends on the fruit.
I've never had a sour
made
beer
to make it, but they said you're only supposed to have one. Like it's really just a palate cleanser before you're drinking something else. It's because it's so acidic. If you keep drinking them, it's gonna just tear up your stomach.
Yeah, I've never had one.
Yeah. Most of the ones I've had around here, which Fort Collins area is like one of the beer capitals of the U.S.
It's private chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The brewery I used to live next to by far had my favorite sour. Yeah.
We'll just keep that in the.
I don't like sauerkraut. I don't like sauerkraut either. That was the one thing when I was growing up. Because my mom, if you didn't eat everything on the plate, you had to sit there. And it was the only thing I ever did was sauerkraut. I said it took me like 3 hours sitting there. I finally ate it.
I only eat it on
Never had it
bratwurst.
since.
That's the only times I eat it. Yeah.
I won't eat it. It's
Like, what else would you eat it though? Like,
Right.
is it like that's the only application for it?
well, she had. I can't remember what it was, but I would eat anything, and because I didn't want to get in trouble. But
But I won't eat that.
I won't eat that.
I would do.
Well, Pennsylvania has a thing. What's it called? It's like the pig. They put everything in the pig and mix it.
roast.
Huh.
It's not spam. It's not spam. It's what's it called? Damn it!
Potted meat.
It's like they put everything in the pig. My dad used to talk about it, and they would put everything and just mix it up
Oh.
because he grew up. In
That sounds
Well,
disgusting.
but you have exactly. You have spam.
There it is. Scrapple.
Oh, scrapple or
Scrapple.
scrapple or souse meat.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they put it's.
Looks like
am I
someone
right?
misspelled
Everything about the
Scrabble.
pig and everything.
It's all the crap. They literally like the cartilage and it's the
Yeah, it's just
junk of
everything.
the
They
junk.
throw
Yeah.
because you didn't waste food.
Yeah.
Because when my dad grew up, he said what they would do is they'd raise the pigs, and then someone would come around and kill them, and they would cut up the meat and hang it in their basement or whatever that was and that's how they got their bacon. They would.
Not Wilbur. No.
Yeah, so it was like that's what old people did back then. But
What the fuck?
Scrapple, because
That's
he used to make spam sandwiches. I used to eat.
I like
those.
spam. Yeah.
I haven't had spam since I was a kid, but yeah, it just
I'm not sure if scrapple and souse meat are the same things, but I'm sure similar.
yeah, they didn't throw anything away. It
yeah,
just,
you throw it away.
everything went in there and they mixed it all up. And
Thank God they never made a Scrapple Snapple.
well, maybe they did. You don't know.
All right. What is there anything left of this email from?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay. And that was from.
They just want to know if there's any foods that we don't like that a lot of people
Scrapple is
do
made
like.
from boiling pork scraps and bones, and
bones
grinding the
and the
meat
red
and
meat.
combining them with
Cornmeal mash.
cornmeal
mush.
mash seasoned with spices like sage and
Time.
thyme.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Okay.
I've never had. I even though I'm from Pennsylvania, I've never had it. I know that they used to.
What the fuck were they
used-
smoking in
they used to put-
Pennsylvania?
A lot of my cousins and stuff would put mustard on pretzels. I don't like mustard, so it's like I
No
go.
wonder Philly people are so pissed.
I like a
gross.
nice, like ground, like the big seed, like mustard, the brownier mustards.
I don't know.
I'm not a big yellow mustard like the
Pardon
classic.
I used
but
to
I
eat
like
these
that.
apple sandwiches
Great
with
Poupon.
Grey Poupon. I'm just not a. And then my grandma would put, instead of mayonnaise, she would use butter.
Mm.
Pardon me.
And I go, I'd eat this. I go, what is in the sandwich? I go, butter. But I had to eat it because that was life. You couldn't waste food back in the day. Not
Well,
like
you know what? We can't waste any
That's
more time.
The Depression generation. That's how they wrote
Yeah,
it.
I did want to. If you go to Costco, get these
Yes.
get these avocado.
I'm just hey Jack. Just remember that's green.
I know. I know.
Those are fucking delicious.
And we
Oh,
can't.
you've
see
had
them.
them? Avocado, classic sea salt.
I'm pretty sure
Metal
I can't
style
tell by the
potato chip.
bag because it's like
Green.
fucking
Yeah, we can't see
transparent.
it. It's just see through.
You can keep moving
stand
it
in front of it?
around, but
What if I stood in front of it?
Well,
Nope,
we
nope.
can see avocado in classic sea salt.
let me go see if I have this.
But yeah,
They're addicting. I'm not kidding. I got them yesterday. I can't stop eating them. And they're good for you too.
don't worry about it. They'll make more.
Crunch all you want.
Yeah, it's funny how different states have different, different foods and that they eat. And
Oh yeah.
It's weird.
Well, I remember I had a good friend from New Mexico,
Ours was lobster.
and yeah,
yeah, you can't go wrong with lobster.
and she would tell me about how she would make these lard cookies, and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, like
Is this
they're They're these cookies that we make. What is that?
No. Well, no, yeah,
Oh,
wait,
these are sweet potato chips.
no,
Sorry,
no,
not
no.
avocado.
These are
So
just
they're cooking
they're
avocado oil.
Who yours made by? Jack?
avocado oil.
Yeah, but who they made by? It looked like Boulder.
Mine's
made
Jackson's.
by Boulder.
These are
Yeah,
fucking
Boulder.
delicious.
Yeah, those are local here. So those are like Cape Cod chips.
Yeah, avocado oil, classic sea salt. Classic.
These are
Not the old-
Wisconsin.
It's the classic sea salt.
The OG.
These are delicious.
salt.
though.
If you're at Costco, pick up a bag. You will
sweet,
not be
sweet potato
disappointed.
chips. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway,
Because I know
enough
when
about
we
our
were-
food
my cousins
promotion
never
here.
did lasagna.
We should pull this puppy over. We're almost at 2 hours.
I think Jack said he didn't like lasagna.
No, I said my cousins had never had lasagna back when I was a kid.
Oh,
Okay,
How'd
And
you
you,
never have
you
lasagna?
fed him.
that's really cool.
I'm just saying, it's just how different areas don't have.
You know who I wonder about? I wonder about the people at home, the people that watch us, the people that tune in.
I don't
And
care about them.
yeah, I do. I wonder, what do they like? Let us know. Send
We
us
should
your
have a
emails.
versus about that.
But
strange
thank
food.
you for everybody that joined us in the chat live tonight. Randy back again. Miami Mike throwing some 3-point shots here. Treast always with the knowledge, and Sherry, who made a brief appearance, and even Will Fry. So if I left anybody out, it is
knowledge. I like that.
just because I missed it. But thank you also to the patrons that make this show possible by going over to the Jay and Jack website and becoming a Patreon member. There's 4 patrons that make this show possible, and that would be Eckhart, Richter, Maggie, the Magnificent, Joanne, and
Sherry's still here.
Ed. What's up?
Sherry is still here.
Sherry's still here.
Oh, Sherry's still here. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Better write her off.
Thank you to those patrons that make this show possible, and we'll be back. Are we coming back next week, or is
I
it
will not
San
be.
Diego Comic-Con?
I can do next week. I can't do the week after.
Got it. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gone for 2.
I'm the same. I'll be
Okay.
going to a concert in 2 weeks.
So we'll do it next week, but not the week after.
Sounds good.
Okay, sounds good. Tuesday, Thursday, what works? Wednesday makes me no difference.
Whatever works for you guys.
Let's hang on.
Sure, whatever works best for Chris.
And when
Nick,
we're going to
you
try
can't be here
quick.
next week. Is that it?
No, I'll be in San Diego for 2 weeks. So
Okay.
one for
Gotcha.
work and one for Comic Con.
I'm good either Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. We'll keep it to the Thursday schedule because I guess that's what we've been doing. So we'll see everybody next week here. Follow us on YouTube. Do all of those things that help us out. And yeah, we'll be back next week. So thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Was there something else that I was missing to say?
No,
Nick?
that was
Jack, Jack,
that
Jack
was
had tons of
probably,
stuff to say,
that
and you
was
kept
probably your
cutting him off.
very most professional outro to our
Oh.
show.
I thought it was. If you don't get an Emmy,
That was
Oh.
fucking excellent.
then
I think Nick's given me like a 1 on his rating scale.
No, I would never give you a 1.